In today's short video, I'm going to show you how I got to number 1 in the entire world in Clash Royale with this absolutely incredible Logbait deck with the Vines. And I can tell you guys, the new Vine spell is absolutely crazy in this entire game, and it's absolutely insane. In my opinion, by far the best card. Supercell actually needs the emergency nerf, and in case you guys don't miss any Clash Royale con just like that on the channel, make sure to subscribe and make sure to use creator code Morten in the shop. mortenroyale is back on the grind if you guys want to buy the battle pass and want to get the new evolution baby deck, which is also really strong. I might do also a video about that card. Use creator code Morten to support me, and I would say we're directly jumping into some games. Also guys, we got still the Berserker Goon Corner. If you have like any suggestions for another Goon Corner, which card you guys kind of want to see in there or which person, let me know in the comment section. I guess we're gonna do the most liked one here. So we're just gonna go for the wall breaker there. Wall breakers are gonna go up. We're just gonna go play the princess here. So these are the games that got me to number 1 in the world. And of course it's early season, right? But like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I still have to play early season. There was an actually incredible ice build predicting a Dark Goblin. I kind of just wanted to show you the games how I got to number 1 in the world with the new Vine spell, because the Vine spell has a really interesting mechanic. I don't know if you guys kind of have like a clue actually how it works. I'm just gonna explain it to you again. Basically, it's like the hunter ability from the evolution, right? So it actually gets troops from the air to the ground. It maximizes, like, you can just hit 3 troops at the same time. So at example, it's really good against Goblin Bird. It completely actually counters Goblin Bird. It does damage like arrows, so it kills archers, minions and so on, but just 3 troops, towers or buildings, right? So it always targets the most HP troops, and you just kind of want to make sure to, like, no, okay, right? Like, it does work really well against big free push. At example, like Goblin, Giant Prince, Machine. You can really use your new spell there, the Vine spell on it, but it doesn't do too well here against, I don't know, like against Minion Horde, like a ton of Swarm stuff. So you kind of really need to make sure to kind of figure this out, but it's like really solid on defense, especially against big pushes, to just have like kind of a slow freeze. I would say it's like kind of a mix between a freeze and arrows and kind of zap, because it also resets stuff. So if you face any type of Sparky, it resets Sparky, it resets Inferno, and actually gets it to the ground. So if you're playing like a Pekka deck with this card, which also works really great, you want to make sure to kind of use it on E-Drags to pull them down, and then the Pekka's actually gonna one-shot this shit, bro. You can also activate King Tower against Balloon, like with Vines plus Fisherman, which is a crazy interaction. So you're just gonna see me playing really aggressive there with this deck. This deck is actually from Hypno, so shout out to him. Also got his creator code recently, congratulations. So we got a ton of damage there early on. We're playing like a really similar matchup. The guy has Log, which I think is a bit better. But what I really like about the Vine spell is on offense, right? Does also a bit more damage than Log. I mean, like more than double. Does like 110 damage, I think, on level 15. So you're actually able to also chip away at the same time. We're just gonna go for the Goblin Bear on the left-hand side. Also, one of these wallbacks is actually gonna connect, and he's playing a suspicious bush. So I could actually use my Vines there, but I feel like I kind of just want to save it. Maybe for this, I could use the Vine spell there, to be fair. I could have done it because I would have slowed the Mighty Miner down and also the M2 wall breaker, but I was like kind of sure the Prince's Ice Speed plus Valk is doing a greater job and also gives me some counter push. So I could go for the Vines there, which I'm actually going to do there. So look at this. We also hit the Fire Spit, bro. And that was actually insane. Vine also slows down the tower, slows down or like kills the Fire Spit in there, kills the Dark Golem. That's why we won this game. That was actually an incredible play from the Vine spell, and you can do so many outplays. I personally, by the way, we're just heading into the next game immediately. I personally really like the concept of the Vine spell. I know what you guys think about it. I personally love the concept. I think it's pretty fun to use. I think it kind of brings some new stuff into the game. Honestly, I was like, at one point I was kind of mad about Supercell always like releasing newer cards, which are kind of stupid, like Goblin Machine, Demolisher, Curse. I didn't really like this kind of concepts, but currently I'm kind of happy with that. Maybe I'm like on my own, but I kind of like the card. Even it's like, of course, way too broken, but I like the card concept. So I feel like Supercell, of course, needs to get a nerf in. At example, like I would say, like maybe less damage, or like make it sure, or like make it not. I would say like the duration a bit, like not as long as it is right now. So the freeze effect like a bit less long, I would say, a bit shorter. So we're just gonna go for the Vine spell there, chipping down a tower of like 100 damage, and also at the same time killing the Prince, which is always nice, bro. Like, I had to really get used to that. It actually does like damage as arrows, so it's really good against archers, minions, princes, dark goblins. Firecracker also kills it, so it's really insane. And I'm really excited for CL coming up this weekend, like at Saturday, and see like what people are actually gonna cook, the best players in the entire world. But yeah, also this card does better against beatdown, but it does also decent against psychedelics. Kind of depends, right? Like, but against big pushes, right? So it's like kind of mixed between like a big spell sometimes, because especially with Evo Valk, bro, like Evo Valk, just like Evo Valk plus this slower shit is actually crazy. It was a really, really bad wall breaker because of course he gets some damage, but also wastes through elixir, he's already low. So I'm just gonna go in there on both sides. And he goes for the knight, so we're gonna be able to get a ton of damage there on tower. Cannoneers, by the way, still so good. I also kind of want to do like a video of the top 3 best decks and also test out new decks. How did you like the balance changes so far? Did you see like, I don't really see anyone still using Dark Prince. I still think it's not really too good. I'm really excited for a little Prince buff, maybe see like more of that, and also for the Goblinstein. So, but like Curse, of course, no damage amplification. Ken is already crying. But yeah, I'm just gonna go for my Valkyrie there. And the Valk is doing a really good job there. Look at this, bro. So, actually, how did the Valk completely counter it? So we're just gonna go for the barrel there. I'm just gonna go wall break as well, just to make sure, okay, we're doing a really good job there. And look at this, bro. We do get like a double wall break connection, which means it's always gonna be towered down, almost gonna be towered down. I'm just gonna go for my spell there, for the Vine spell, to get some extra chip on the opponent's tower. And we're doing a really good job so far. Ice Spit coming down. In this matchup, of course, Minion Horde kind of fucks you, bro. You don't have too much against Minion Horde. So that's exactly why I'm gonna let this go there. But the problem is he's gonna be really aggressive, so I'm kind of struggling, almost getting free count there, so I have to go also for the gang there, but it's alright. We defend this pretty clean, we got both towers. But yeah, Minion Horde, Vines doesn't work against Minion Horde, bro. Like, because people always think, okay, every of the 6 minions gets like frozen. No, just free. Always free tubes. So this is like really important to keep in mind. So Minion Horde isn't too easy. Now we're gonna play against a beatdown deck. You see the Royal Chef, you guys know it's gonna be Pekka Goblin Giant, Goblin Giant. There might be small percentage of chance playing Golem, but yeah, also Cannoneer. As I said, in this type of deck where you're like kind of liking single target damage, you don't have a building, you don't have a rocket. You kind of want to use this. Like Vine's actually kind of a mix between cannon and sometimes it honestly does like rocket, because you can just slow everything together and play like a Valk on top of that. So I have to go Valk there in the back and have my like Vine ready. I'm kind of wait for him like to play the third troop, but he does not. So I have to go like Vine early. He also goes Vines with the Vine spell, but honestly I'm not really too sure if that was great. He should have like just played on a Dark Dome, so Dark Dome actually gets one-shotted, or like dies. He played it on the Valk instead. I don't really think it was the greatest choice, so he's gonna be able to get some damage, but also like wasted the pancake from the Chef. So overall, we're chilling. Chef is, by the way, still good. Cannoneer is still good. I still think Cannoneer and Princess are by far the best tower troops, but these kind of, yeah, stupid, annoying ass decks are still really good with the Royal Chef. Man, I'm just so excited to upload more videos, guys. Like, I'm really back and grinding, playing a lot, exciting times ahead for you guys also on this channel. So subscribe, and also, of course, like this video, bro. Like this video. It really supports the channel. Just takes a few seconds for your time. And also, of course, thank you to everyone who's using my creator code Morten in every single Superstar game for the new season pass. Babylon is, by the way, also really broken. So Ice Spit is going to come down there, playing also the Vine on top of that. Ice Spit plus Vine is going to do a really good job here. I'm just going to go Wallbreak Kite to protect my Dark Golem and Princess. And also the one Wallbreaker survived, so I think it was overall a really good trade. So now I'm just going to go keep up the pressure on the left-hand side for the main reason that, honestly, his minions were really great, because at the, like, they were like distracting my Dark Golem and tower range and also killed my Princess. But like now we can just go Princess. Why do we go Princess? In this matchup, Princess is so good at the bridge. He doesn't have like a cheap answer, right? He could go like Vines, which is like the only, like Vines minions are his only free elixir counters, but both of them were just used. So Prince at the bridge always generates a positive elixir trade. Rage plus Curse plus 1, Prince, Machine would be even bigger. So he just decides to let the tower go. But I'm kind of confident I can still defend this, just for the main reason that Vines is doing really good. So in this type of matchup, you always want to go Prince's opposite lane to get like the long range damage, and want to go Dark Golem same lane. So I'm just going to go Ice Spirit there. So I'm just going to wait now, play my Vines now. Now I get my Valk out. Could have played maybe the Vines 1 second earlier so the Valk survives, but it's okay. So Prince is going to do a good job. I'm just going to go for my Wall Breaker there to kite this. But we're kind of struggling here. That's like a ton of stuff. I have to go the Goblin Gang there, but overall we're still okay, bro. We're still okay. I could go down for this. I'm just gonna go Valk there. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna go Vine there to make sure I hit both. And I think it was a really perfectly Vine placement, because also the one Spear Goblin is doing a really good job. What I always underestimate with this card is it's like the damage, bro. Like, it does so much damage also against like medical troops, like Furnace, Must, and so on. Just crazy. So we're just gonna spam all in the middle, and he can't defend that. So GG's were played. We're winning the next game, and we're doing such a good job. But you guys gonna see me always facing off the same opponents. I faced the Storm guy, like there wasn't like even any games I cut out now. I faced him again. I faced Storm, faced someone else, faced Storm again, and he has luck in his deck now. So that's like the thing, right? Early season, especially when there were like I think at my point, when I was like actually pushing the first day of the season, just like 20 people were Ultimate Champion, and like all of them, of course, tried to get #1 in the world. That's like kind of what happens like early season, honestly. Like you face the same guys over and over again. And yeah, so I'm just going to go for my barrel down on the right hand side, just trying to place some pressure. So the Dark Golem actually gets on tower. He's going to go log. So he's going to be able to get some decent amount of chip. I'm just going to let this go, I think. I'm just going to go wall breaker there. This wall breaker placement is by far the best, because if you go for the inside placement, all of these wall breaker always connect, so I'm really happy about that. Just gonna go Dark Golem now in the middle. Just trying to snipe this stupid Night Bitch, bro. I don't give a shit, bro. So, we're doing a really good job. We're doing a really good job of controlling the pace of the game so far with this deck, especially in a really Mer matchup, and like almost Mer matchup, really similar decks with some bait stuff. But yeah, as I said, you have to be really careful about the minion horde, bro. So I'm still have my gang ready. It should be a really good defense. Now, Ice Bird high. Just gonna go also Wall Breaker. Yeah, we kite at least one, so it was honestly like a perfect defense. Look at the defensive value. Also, now the Princess is still gonna be able to get the value against the stuff here. So, of course, there was a really smart like Vine on his end to get some more damage on offense, but also at the same time, he's there to defend it. So I don't really think the situation is too bad. We're kind of up on Elixir, so I'd go for a gang. And he has to go for a Knight. Also, guys, bro, this guy actually subbed in. I think this guy actually subbed in Log in this game and has Log and Vine spell. So, Log plus Vine is actually crazy. I'm just going for a wall breaker there at the bridge to kind of just like try to apply aggression. And you guys are going to see now, he didn't have enough elixir for minion horde. Normally both of these wall breakers would have connected, but the mighty, the normal miner pushed the one wall breaker a bit more to the side. So actually Kenny was able to clear them out. Princeton in the middle. And he's going to go in for this. Honestly, it's a decent... it's a decent one, like a decent Vine spell, but nothing like to scare me. Let's go for a Princess there immediately. Just gonna go gang there. So the Prince actually doing a really good job. That was a really bad push from him. He always kind of needs to predict my Prince with his minus. So I'm just going for a Valk there. So we're doing a really good job. But now just try to pressure him even more, right? So we're going now for my wall breaker behind this. I'm just gonna go barrel. And look at this. So now we should be able to get some damage. But he also wasted the log. I don't really think the log was necessary. I think he was kind of scared. So I'm just going for Princess there. I'm honestly fine taking some damage here. Even not as much damage as I expected. I thought it would be more. So I'm just going for a wall breaker there. So let's see what he's going to do. Actually, he has to go for like gang. The gang was really bad because one of these wall breakers might connect. No, but he still has to defend the Princess, right? So he has to go for miner. There has to go log there. Can just go gang opposite lane to just keep up the pressure. Ice Bird in case he plays something. He has to go for defensive Vine spell. But you always know this type of sequences aren't the ones you're going to be in. And we also beat the Storm guy again. Back-to-back wins after like facing someone else. And now we're going to directly head into the next game here. Doing a really good job so far. We need 2 more wins. Maybe 1 more win to pay back at #1. You guys are going to see me. Like here. I faced this guy. I faced like the stupid player again. So it's like kind of we just face bait. Or we face... Goblin Giant, which also synergizes really, really well with this kind of card, because sometimes you're struggling against Inferno Dragons and so on. This card, of course, actually just demolished Inferno Dragon, bro. Just like so good. So, let's go Dark Golem there. So, it was honestly a fine defense. I have to go gang there. Really good gang placement, because the machine is not going to get his rocket off immediately. So, let's go for a wall breaker there. Decent wall breaker. I was kind of hoping that the machine survives, but you're just going to see me now doing a really smart play, which you kind of really want to implement in your gameplay is, if you kite the machine to the inside of the arena, or like inside into your side of the map, you can actually activate King Tower. So of course we took some damage, but I feel like with the Cannoneer, King Tower activation against beatdown decks is so important. So we're just gonna go for my barrel there, and I know I will be able to get some damage. So look at this, bro. The one gold in the back generates like, gets like so much damage for us, and we're like now in a really solid position, because that's a ton of Princess lore we're gonna be able to get. And I can just go basically Ice Bird here, and I think I can also go for my wall breaker to just kite everything over. So that was really nice. Unfortunately, the machine killed my Princess. If the Prince would have been able to survive, would have been so nice, because instead to defend, as I was saying earlier, you don't have too much answers against Prince in your deck. So would have been like a really nice overcommitment from his part. So I'm just gonna go gang there at the bridge. He goes Pekka in the back immediately. So we're forcing out the bomb and also get some decent amount of chip. But just go Dark on opposite lane. I don't really want to go for like same lane this type of sequence, so I'm just gonna try to apply some aggression. I'm just gonna Valk there as well, and I'm just gonna go barrel and keep up the pressure, because if we head into double elixir time, you can be aggressive, because now it's double, and I know that's completely fine. I feel like also like I got so much damage on the left hand side, he still kind of needs to defend the King Tower, so I'm just gonna wall break it there, That was a really nice wall break kite. I know he's just gonna get my tower now, but as long as I'm not gonna get free con, it's fine. He wasted his arrows, so my Dark I'm gonna get a ton of value there. I'm just gonna go for my princess there. I'm also gonna go for this. I have to go like for my wall breaker to kind of kite the machine all over the place. And look at this. Dark actually, they're doing a really good job there. Of course, the tower gets frozen now from the vine spell, so the Pekka might get a shot, but it's just like one shot, right? So let's go gang there. And look at this king tower, bro. We just kept up the pressure so nice. I could go honestly for my vine spell. I think I'm just gonna go vine spell in case he goes for his own vine spell, but yeah, he's just gonna go arrows there, and we're gonna win this game again. But the defense from the stack is absolutely mind-blowing. We're doing such a good job. I'm just gonna go now for my wall breaker behind it. Just gonna Goblin Barrel, gang, and I feel like now, yeah, it's just over, bro. Like, there's nothing you can really do. I'm just gonna Valk. I still have my we still have my vine spell. Vine spell also ways to delay stuff, right? Like if you're like close to win, you can just play it on a troop and it just like slows down the last couple of seconds. Vine spell does 110, so it's gonna be enough. So we're gonna win this game, and now we're one game away from #1 in the entire world. This is actually awesome. So really happy about that. I think we're playing really decent. With the stack, it's actually so fun. Okay, so now we're gonna, bro, we're going into the game against the Storm guy again, bro. Like, this Storm guy is always playing against us, bro. Like, third time is a charm. So this game is gonna get, like, exciting. So I have to go for my gang in the back. It's always, like, my favorite starting move. So this guy's back to Princess. He didn't have Princess last game. So he had, like, first game he had Void instead of Log. Second game, I think he had Log and Void, and he didn't have Princess in this game. He probably has Princess in, but no. Did I say Void? I mean Vine spell, bro. What am I saying? Vine spell, not Void. Okay, so look at this, bro. Look at this interaction now. That was such a bad minor wallbreaker play from him, because if my Princess would have been able to survive and my Valkyrie also full HP, he would have been like in trouble already. But now look at this, bro. Look at this, bro. No damage at all. I have to go Princess there, and we are already down so much. What a bad situation to be in, bro. Like, this is such a bad start. And also kind of unlucky. Could have played my... maybe timed like something better, but... it was such a, like, broken... like, such a... I would say, like, brain dead push in a way. Because if he doesn't get the damage there, he kind of loses the game immediately because of the counter push. So... but, like, the wallbreakers killed my Princess and killed my Valk. So he just goes in, like, for gang prediction. So I have to be really careful there. I'm just gonna go for my Valk high. And that was a really nice Valk. Of course, I need to accept some damage, but I can because it's also opposite lane, so I don't really agree too much with his choice there. So, I might just go for my wall breaker now. I'm just gonna chill there. Okay, so the spear bombs are gonna get some chip damage on the left-hand side, so we're kind of getting slowly back into the game. Which is nice, Okay, I need to go Princess there. Okay, that was a really nice Princess, so I'm just gonna go for this. It's really nice because now the gang walks into the Princess. Of course, that was a smart play. I'm just gonna go for my gang there. Can my Princess survive, please? Princess doesn't survive because of the last stupid Goblin shot. So far, the interactions are not really going in our favor. So I'm just gonna Dark Golem there. I'm just gonna go Valk, and I'm just gonna go Vine Spell, trying to hit something. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't really, bro. Like, I just want to save my tower somehow and slow down 3 troops. So we do be able to get some Dark Golem chip damage there on left-hand side, kind of putting a tower on 2-5, so we're still 1.2k damage behind. But if you believe, you believe. So that was, in my opinion, a really bad log. It was kind of aggressive on his end for no reason. So also really good micros on our end. Perfect Ice Bird. Couldn't have played any better. And now I'm just going to go for my barrel. And now you're going to see Dark Arm's going to be on tower. Because with Dark Arm on tower, we're going to be able to get so much damage. Now the barrel on the right hand side does a good amount of chip, but also the barrel on the left hand side. So we're doing a really good job. So this time we're going to play the mind games, because he didn't expect us to go Princess high there. But if he like predicts that, we lose immediately. So that's like really key. So let's go Wallbreaker there on this side. And just trying to get these both of them on tower. But he wasted like, we forced on a fair tower, so we're kind of back to this game. It's just like 300 damage difference. But he also has my left hand side on 1.2k. So he can kind of switch lanes whenever he wants to. So this time I don't go fast. I don't go there with that. So we can just go Ice Bird here. Perfect Ice Bird, making sure we're not going to really take any damage. Of course, he gets some damage, but still, the right-hand side is, or like, took more damage. I can just go for this. I don't really want to waste my Vine Spell, because I feel like I need to be really careful in this matchup to not overcommit. So, he goes for the Log, which is great for me, because my next Princess is already up in cycle. Just go Gang there. Really nice gang. Just go Princess. I'm just going to go Vine here. This is a perfect Vine Spell. Look at this, bro. Of course, the Wallbreakers kind of survived there, because of, like, its Evos. And arrows also don't kill Evo Wallbreaker, but I still think it was over. Finds there's a good log right hand side, but the wall breaker still connects. So what a game this is, bro. All of these towers get to 400 HP almost, like 400, 500, 600, 700. So such a close game. What a great princess this was, guys. I'm just gonna go barrel there. He goes like really aggressive now. I don't really think it was the right choice. You can just go wall breaker opposite lane. And look at this, bro. These wall breakers do connect, and we are gonna win this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this Clash Royale video. In case you guys don't miss any Clash Royale content just like that, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to use Create a Good Mod in the shop. We got to #1 in the world with the new vines. Let me know what you guys think about it. Which kind of videos you guys want to see next. Top 3 decks, of course, coming up soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Goodbye. Subscribe. Peace out.